we're actually into the fourth update for the late spring bank holiday weekend. We've done 3 updates so far over the past week or so. This is the fourth update. The first 3 updates were pretty cool, quite unsettled as well. Winds from a northerly direction. The second update was particularly cold run, but it turned out that was going over the top, and it was sort of brought back down to a more sensible level on the third update, which was still cool and still quite unsettled for the late spring bank holiday. We'll have a look at the charts in a moment for the fourth update. This is beginning to get into a semi-reliable time frame of the model now, so we'll be able to start thinking about trying to pinpointing down some detail on the pattern. But before I get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on all of the pages at Gazzo. I'll have a browse through widgets. Any articles that you're interested in, click through and you'll be able to read the article. There's also video ads on those pages. They open out in the content, then they close back up again. Give them a watch if you haven't played the website. Thanks so much for doing that. So we're going to start off with Saturday, a week's time, Saturday the 23rd of May. We've got a ridge of high pressure out to the west, and we've got low pressure over to the east. Winds are in from the north. Now, this is the same broad pattern that we've been looking at. The difference is that the ridge in the west is quite a bit stronger than it's been on the other updates. So we've had a little bit of a change. It started appearing last night, and it's carried on through today with the idea that it shouldn't be as unsettled as the models were showing on the earlier updates. It's still the same broad pattern. It's still high pressure to the west and low pressure to the east, bringing down cool air from the north. It's just that the ridge is a little bit closer to us and a little bit more influential, so that should make things a little bit more settled, albeit temperatures won't be anything to write home about. Here are the upper air temperatures, and they do look very cool across all parts of the country, really. The air is still cool coming down with this pattern, just isn't as unsettled as it was showing. So what we see here is a risk of some showers across the country, but there's lots of dry weather in there for Saturday, and I think more than anything what this is probably indicating is a lot of cloud coming down from the north, but even so there will be some brighter skies breaking through at times. Temperatures are on the cool side, so we're looking at 14 or 15 degrees really as our best temperature, and of course if that's a little bit undercooked we may get at say 16 or 17, but nothing to write home about. And in the north it's particularly cool with temperatures stroking into double figures for Scotland. As we move through into Sunday, it's the same sort of pattern. The ridge is out to the west, the low pressure is to the east, although notice the ridge is getting ever closer to us, so it shouldn't be unsettled. That's the good news. Still very cool with the upper air temperatures, but mainly dry weather really. When you see these green colours, they are sort of indicating risk of a light shower, or probably more than anything quite a lot of cloud. So I do think Saturday, Sunday we could be playing with a fair amount of cloud, but plenty of useful dry weather. So if you want to get out and about through the bank holiday weekend, this is good news. It's an improvement on what we've been looking at with the ridge, at least providing us with lots of dry conditions. Temperatures are still on the cool side, very cool really for the latter part of May. Very disappointing temperatures, so you would need to put on a coat and sort of wrap up a bit, but at least the weather itself is looking relatively okay. And then as we move through into bank holiday Monday itself, what we see is that the ridge is sort of weakening, pulling back to west, and there's some sort of trough coming down from the north. So what we find on bank holiday Monday is that the upper air temperatures do lift up a little bit, but the downside on that is that we're bringing cloud and rain in from the north and west. So Scotland, Northern Ireland, parts of Northern England turning quite wet. The best of the weather is down across England and Wales where it's still dry. This is still a little way off though, so we can't take this particularly seriously in terms of this detail, but the idea is that some sort of system is coming down, possibly bringing some rain with it as it does so. The upper air temperatures have lifted up a little bit, so that means that the surface temperatures have lifted up a little bit, so we're up towards 16 or 17 degrees in the south. In the north, it's a bit milder as well. Of course, there's rain coming down off the Atlantic. So I think overall this is an improvement, this fourth update. Certainly in terms of dry weather, it should be plenty of dry weather through the bank holiday weekend. Monday looks the worst, but we can't take it seriously, and that is really for the north with the rain coming in. But otherwise, quite a lot of dry weather. It's still the same idea that the temperatures are very, very disappointing. So a very cool bank holiday weekend coming up, I think. And that does look pretty much locked in now, but it's going to be a cool bank holiday weekend. But if this update is right, and as I say, it's a trend that emerged last night, it's continuing through today. If this is right, we should at least be getting plenty of dry weather to be able to get out and about and enjoy the weekend. So I'll do the next update on Monday. It'll be very interesting to see what it's showing. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. It's good news. Thanks for watching.